What up, guys? Mad Scientist 7890, your favorite shooter and hip hop enthusiast. So, just got back from the Royal Rumble. Great, fun atmosphere, fun show, solid quality matches, but it was still, overall, it was a great experience. Something I've always wanted to see was a Royal Rumble live, and so much fun. And we stood the whole time for the Royal Rumble and the surprise entrances and everything. It was so much fun. The one thing I want to mention about this show was the crowd was just so hot. I don't know how it came off on pay-per-view. I did not see, obviously, but maybe I'll check it sometime down the line. But there being there live, it felt like it would come off great for pay-per-view, and definitely probably one of the hottest crowds for pay-per-view or WWE shows maybe since Money in the Bank. It really felt like it was that hot for almost everything. I mean, they had a dark match with Heath Slater and Yoshitatsu, and the crowd was, even into that. And I really didn't pay attention that much, but the crowd was definitely into that, and there was pops here and there everywhere for everything. So it was definitely a fun show, and definitely the crowd was into it, made it a lot more enjoyable for everyone that was there in attendance. But yeah, I did take some pictures and some photo. Some pictures and photo, those are the same thing. I took some pictures and video actually of entrances and stuff like that and different things, and so I'll probably put that stuff up sometime later this week, edit it out a little bit and put it up there. And then I also got the commemorative you must get if you go to a WWE show at least, the Royal Rumble t-shirt, which looked super badass. Got Punk and Ziggler here, and then down here got the triple threat. So pretty cool shirt. Had to pick it up. It was the last 2X one they had at this stand. I was pretty pissed if they weren't going to have it. Well, on the back, they have, if you've been to any WWE pay-per-view ever, they have the whole card on the back, which is pretty cool. So, yeah, I picked that up. Glad I did. Worth the $25. So, going to run you through like a little preview here. Or not preview, review of the show. Sorry, I am just like worn out from this show. It was a lot of fun, but, the first match we had here was the triple threat cage match. See, we got in there and the cage started lowering after everything first started, and this could have been better. Obviously, it wasn't amazing by any standards. It wasn't even good really, but it was okay. But I know from hearing that Mark Henry and Big Show both have some kind of injuries. For what they did do, they put on a pretty solid match here. They did the ending. I thought was done really well because doing the whole Daniel Bryan, barely got away from Big Show's grasp and won barely, and he slipped through the cracks because he's a little guy or blah 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 whatever. But afterwards, the celebration, he did a celebration, which was great, a lot of fun. He just every time he does the celebrations, he's just playing that hard ass little guy who is just like it's so funny because he's just like he thinks he's the shit, and he's like, I'm the shit, I know I'm the shit, and all this, and he's like, yes, oh yes, like it's the greatest thing ever every time he wins a match. But good stuff here, nothing amazing, but it is what it is. Next we got, let's see here, we got the 8-woman tag match here. Did not take a piss break. The reason though was because couldn't get out of my seat, or couldn't move because there's too many people. So I had to watch this match. Honestly, it wasn't that bad. It wasn't amazing or anything, but there was a cool spot from Kelly Kelly. The crowd was into it, this match too. It's funny, Kelly Kelly at these live events is really turning into, we've said this before, and I've said this before on my show and an IWR show. Kelly Kelly is, turning into the female John Cena. People were booing her. I heard people booing her, but more people were cheering her. But a lot of people were booing her, and it was interesting to see that. But other than that, nothing here much. Beth Phoenix is to win here. Heels get the win here in a clean win, and which kind of makes sense later on when I'll explain why I think she won. Next we got here Kane and John Cena here. Went to a no contest earlier in the night. They had Zack Ryder, wheeled in a wheelchair with a body brace thing on, and I don't know, they're playing up that he herniated his disc or broke his back or whatever it was. This went to a no contest count out or whatever. Went to the back brawl. There was a brawl. And then Kane goes and grabs Zack Ryder, pushes him to the ring, and then Tombstone pile drives him. So I mean, that, and then Eve came out and horribly acted again. I mean, she knows how to cry on command, but her acting's not that great, but who knows. But yeah, and then Cena tried to get out there and save Ryder. He couldn't and got chokeslammed, and Kane walked off the victor even though he didn't win. So this was okay. I would have expected more from this as well, but you know, they're pushing this. The thing I want to also mention is that they really push storylines at this show, and they've really been doing that a lot lately. Really pushing the storylines and really pushing the unpredictability of a lot of stuff they're doing, which is really fun actually and interesting. But that'll be another video probably. Next, the Funkasaurus Brodus Clay had a match. That's about it. You know how that goes. Just a squash. I mean, I don't really have much to say about this. It really was just a squash against Drew McIntyre. I mean, you know, I defended his gimmick when he first came out, and I'm still defending it. I think it's still a good gimmick. But, you know, eventually it's going to get old, and people are really going to start hating the fact that he just keeps squashing people and he's not doing anything other than squashing people. That's it. And he does the same 5 moves over and over and over again. So, I mean, we have another John Cena on our hands here. Who knows? I don't know. But, I mean, I don't want to eat my own words because I really defended Brodus Clay when he first debuted. So, hopefully they do some more stuff with him other than him just squashing people. So, I don't know. Get him in the ring with someone else who can go longer. I don't know. Or he can have a longer match. I really don't know. Just do something else with him. Next we have the sub-main event, I guess. The WWE title match here. This was the best wrestling quality match on the show, obviously. You know, a couple shenanigans here, but nothing that ruined the match. You know, I was really glad. I was really happy that they didn't have Laurinaitis, you know, stepping in here and pulling some stupid ass shenanigans. He, you know, came in at the end, and I think people thought he was going to screw Punk, and he didn't. He came in and did the count with the other ref. And I mean, this turned out well. I mean, Punk beat Ziggler clean, you know, legit. I really don't know how many times they're going to try to really force Ziggler into this position and not give him the whole feel of it. I mean, they kind of made him look a little bad here, the way that it ended. But I'll get on to another reason why he looked kind of bad. But he's still a great wrestler, still the best match on the show, wrestling quality wise, and I enjoyed it from a wrestling standpoint. And finally, we got the Royal Rumble here. You know, Royal Rumble's always fun. They did a lot of surprising things. The crowd was, we stood up the whole time. We were up the whole time, the whole 40 minutes or whatever the hell this was. I mean, this was great. They always do a good job with surprise entrances. They always do fun little segments in between. You know, they did a thing with Santino and Mick Foley that was pretty cool, where they had a standoff with the Cobra and the Mandible Claw. They had Del Rio's music hit, and then it was hilarious. One of the funniest things I've seen him do. This guy needs to just be on just television more and be doing more stuff. Ricardo Rodriguez, he basically came out dressed like Alberto Del Rio, and he came out in this shitty car, and it was, I'm telling you, ripped it off of our IWR spoof. I'm telling you, if you haven't seen that spoof that we did with me, I'll link it in the description. It's hilarious, but really cut it and made it funny. He came out there and Ricardo just made a complete joke out of it, and it was really good. A lot of people thought it was Del Rio, and they did a good job fooling us there. And then they had the surprise entrances. They had, Hacksaw Jim Duggan. They had Road Dogg. They had all the commentating group. They had Michael Cole, Jerry Lawler, and Booker T get in there. Karma returned, and that's why, I thought, okay, I was like, why would they have Beth Phoenix win that match? She hadn't been on television in like 3 weeks. She hasn't done anything. She's come out here and just get a win on a pay-per-view like that. But then they had Karma and, surprise entrance come out there, pretty much eliminate Michael Cole. And then she gave the implant buster to Dolph Ziggler and made him look like a bitch. It was really crazy. But, I mean, Karma returning is great. I can't wait to see. I'm expecting, I guess, Beth and Karma to maybe have a match at Mania, and that would be great. Finally, get down to the nitty-gritty here. And again, for the second, maybe even third year in a row, and I'll get to. Let me just wait. Let me get the other stuff, and I'll say what was disappointing at the end. Orton came out, pop. Jericho came out with his jacket and did the whole thing. Huge pop. Everyone's about it. Everyone knows Jericho's my favorite guy, and glad to see all that stuff with him. um, and came out, and it got down to, which Sheamus wasn't, got down to Sheamus and Chris Jericho. So we're sitting there, and we're like, oh man, it's it's got to be Jericho or whatever. And they really, Jericho and Sheamus had like this match at the end. It almost felt like a like a Shawn Michaels Undertaker type deal, like where they had like a mini match at the end, like they had damn near 5, 6 minutes, 7 minutes before they just them two. But there were some cool eliminations. I did not mention. I forgot to mention one of the coolest spots they've done at not WrestleMania, at Royal Rumble. They had Kofi Kingston get ready to get eliminated, and he was pushed out and he was going forward. He crawled on his hands over to the stairs, put his feet on the stairs, and then got back in the match. It was great. It was just like the Morrison stuff. Crowd popped huge for it. It was definitely awesome. Khali returned too. Great Khali. Not a big deal, but he also returned. So I mean that, like I said, and then it got down to Sheamus and Chris Jericho. They had the 30th entrance, and we were like, okay, who's this gonna be? Blah 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 blah. Big Show came out, and I was like, we were so disappointed. We were expecting something better. Last year, I think at 40 was Kane, and we were just like, really? And there was another year where Big Show came out like 30, I think, and we were just like, why? There was just no reason for it. Big Show got eliminated, got down to Chris Jericho and Sheamus. Everyone thought it was going to be Chris Jericho, and they gave it to Sheamus. Sheamus won the Royal Rumble. I mean, it surprised me. At first I was shocked, and I wasn't really upset, but I was kind of shocked with what they did, and I liked how unpredictable it was, because I really think WWE's doing a great job of making things unpredictable. I don't really think anybody had Sheamus winning the Royal Rumble at all. I really didn't even have it as a thought in my head. Like, I didn't even think until it got down to them as a final two. I not once was like, yeah, Sheamus could be possibly winning it. He and the push he's getting, is crazy. So he got this win at Royal Rumble, and going on to WrestleMania, who knows what he's going to do. Punk's a face, so I don't know if he's going to face Punk, or Punk might turn heel again. Daniel Bryan's a heel, so who knows where that goes from there. But I just found it weird, because they set it up so brilliantly, like for Chris Jericho, the world's going to end and all this, and then he just gets bro kicked on the apron, and he's just out of the match, and just, that was it. Like, it really gets me thinking. It really gets the fans thinking. They did a good job here, really, twisting everything around. And my question is really, I heard Jericho signed a longer, a decent term. He's going to be there for maybe a year or so, something. I mean, how do they? I mean, he just lost all his heat there. He really just lost. He lost the Royal Rumble match, and I mean, it's just, I don't know. Really. It was just interesting to see. I do like Sheamus as a face. I think that was cool to see him win there. Wonder where they're gonna go from there, but who knows? I liked it. Some other people that was with us did not like it so much. J-Man was not very happy. Like I said, I'm a huge Jericho fan, but even the way it ended, it was so unpredictable. It kind of caught me off guard, and I was pretty satisfied how it ended. So yeah, that was my live Royal Rumble reaction review, I guess, here. Great stuff. I'm gonna go hit the hay here. I'm pretty tired, wore out. It was just crazy. A lot of fun, a lot of yelling. Last thing I want to mention before we get out of here, they did a little commercial, I guess, before the Royal Rumble, and they did it twice. That the thousandth Raw is going to be held in St. Louis in July, I believe July 23rd. So that is a huge honor for St. Louis. I will be there. I'm going to be there for this. I'm expecting this to probably be a 3-hour Raw. It's probably going to have some great, crazy stuff going on. So I'm pretty excited for that. The 1000th Raw is going to be held in St. Louis. Awesome stuff there. So I'm out of here, guys. I'm the Mad Scientist, your favorite shooter and hip-hop enthusiast. And yeah, Royal Rumble, if you haven't seen it, go check it out. It was fun. Good show. So I'm out of here. Peace.